Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Sleeper Spec build. And for any who are perhaps new to this series, basically what we do in Sleeper Spec is we take a car, generally a premium, a popular car, but a car with untapped potential, and then we upgrade it in such a way that nobody can actually tell that it's been upgraded. Except of course, due to the difference in lap time. Some people may start to assume then. Now, this particular car that we're doing the Sleeper Spec build to is the Lexus IS-F. Fantastic super saloon. It's already a very good car. So what can we do to improve it? Well, we've gone for sports softs, a slight upgrade over the stock, but not a massive upgrade. If you do go for racing softs, obviously it will be even quicker. We've gone for racing brakes, and that's pretty much the only way that the trained eye can tell that this is not a stock car. If you look between the spokes of the rim, you can notice that the brakes are different, but very few people will notice that. As far as suspension, we've actually lowered the ride height by 5mm over stock, but again, only the most trained eye will notice that, and you can raise it to the stock suspension if you want to. For springs, we've tightened them up to 850 and 725, the dampers to 4, anti-roll we've left on 3, neutral camber, neutral toe. For our gearbox, you can leave the stock gearbox in because it's pretty cool. It's an 8-speed. I, though, opted to change it to a 7-speed with closer ratios so that you can get more out of them. And as you can see, we've gone for an auto setting of 205, then individual gears of 4, 2750, 2050, 1600, 1300, 1100, and 950 with a final drive of 2.7. And it pretty much uses 6 gears, so you've got 7th as a draft gear in essence. As far as the diff, we've gone for halfway on initial torque. You could put it even higher if you want the car to be heavier, or lower for vice versa. Acceleration and braking as low as possible. I have opted for the triple plate clutch and prop shaft. Now, as far as power and weight, obviously you want to do nothing to it at all to keep it looking absolutely stock, and in order for this to work well, it needs to be without an oil change. So if you want to try this, I would always recommend with any sleeper build to buy the car straight out of the dealership and not do any oil change or anything like that to it, just so it's completely stock. So that's it overall for the mechanical build. Exactly the same spec as the stock vehicle, looks almost exactly the same, but now let's take it out to a racetrack, in particular Sierra, to see what kind of a difference these relatively minor changes have made. Now, the IS-F in its stock form, and as always I will put the lap times in the description below if you want to check those out, but in its stock form it got around the track in just under 9 minutes 52 seconds. Not a bad lap, but not particularly amazing either. With the Sleeper Spec build, which bearing in mind has the same power, the same weight, the same PP, and to the untrained eye the exact same looks, did it in 9:21.9. That's just under 30 seconds quicker, around one lap of Sierra. That's still only on sports tyres, and nobody could tell that you've done a thing to it. Now, obviously, the longer the track, such as Sierra, Nürburgring, that kind of thing, you'll see a much bigger difference in lap time. On shorter tracks, not so much. It'll be a couple of seconds. But the point is, there is a massive improvement with this particular Sleeper Spec build to what is already a highly capable car. So if you do decide to use this Sleeper Spec build, obviously I hope you find it fun, and it definitely is a competitive build. So if you'd like to keep up with other tunes and builds like this in the future, as soon as they're released, be sure to hit subscribe down below for that. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.